What up, Sense8s? Holy crap, Jonas is back, bitches. What are we supposed to do with that? Questions, theories? I want to hear all of it, because we are talking about episode 8 of season 2 of Sense8. We will see you after that opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We are back here for AFTERBUZZ TV Sense8 After Show. I am so excited to be back, even though I will probably be completely mute by the time this episode is done. But I am your host, Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over the interwebs at atorres890. Just like everybody else here as Sense8s, I can't do the show alone. I've got the two most beautiful people, besides Joelle, who's also not here, but we'll get into that, on the left side of the table. Ladies first.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane.
Hey, my name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with the CH Silverman 2, and at my website, thezachsilverman.com.
And you guys can find Joelle Monique, who is not here. She's out on assignment trying to figure out why the hell Jonas is back. And you can find her at Joelle Monique, also on blackgirlnerds.com, where you need all of the nerdy stuff from her perspective. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's a lot of things that we need to talk about because I have questions.
Oh, I was going to say real quick, if you guys are watching this live, we are live in the chat with you, and we love that you're all talking. And if you watch it later, comment down below because we still read those and love to hear your thoughts.
Please.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
Yes, lots going on.
I'm trying to wrap my head around about a lot of things because the fact that, like, I just want, so overall thoughts from this end of the table, like, especially what we left off on episode 7 to now.
Yes.
I think we've had a lot of moments lately where all of us on the panel can be like, we called it.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned the other day, but when we learned Monk Person was a woman, I was like,
yeah,
I knew it. I knew it was a lady.
Yeah.
And then how trustworthy people are. This episode, we finally got that reveal, which was nice. So
yeah.
It's definitely still one of those, like, oh, it's so fun.
I know.
Edge of your seat.
I know.
Constantly.
And pretty much anything can go at this point, which I'm still. What about you?
Yeah. I'm so confused as Jonas, like what his deal is. We like left off with that big cliffhanger at the last episode, and now we're just looking. I mean, he's there, and yeah, we have a lot of questions to be answered. There's a lot.
But anyway, so I want to start off with Lito, actually, since we obviously saw what happened with him and his agent and how sad that was. But the fact of, I'm trying to remember everything in my head.
He's so depressed.
Yeah, but like, you know, the fact that, I love that they also, because Hernando and him have been together for so long, that we just kind of know.
Hernando knows his patterns.
Yeah, so the fact of, like, the ice cream. And I love that, like, he came out in that, like...
The onesie was so cool.
Yeah.
I would totally wear one of those.
Cute.
I love that.
And fit, man. That fits so well.
Yeah.
It's not a frumpy onesie.
No, not like the ones, like, I have, like, a Pikachu one at home and a Harley Quinn one at home, and it's huge. So the fact that it's, like, form-fitting on his shoulders, I was like,
it's a muscle shirt, long johns.
Yeah, it's like the most, like, the fitted long johns.
Yeah.
Like, no. But yes, but the fact that he eats ice cream when he's depressed.
Chocolate fudge brownie, by the way, one of my favorite Ben and Jerry's.
It's so good.
When I saw that, I was looking at it, and then he mentioned it later. I was like, yes.
Yeah, because it's the good one to me.
It's the go-to.
And the fact that just like I love that they're trying, but they also can't really understand where Lito's coming from. But I also like and kind of hate that
they don't push.
No, exactly.
Which is nice. They kind of are like offering and trying, but they're not like being rude of like, dude, snap out of it, or like,
they're all understanding. I mean, they're all kind of feeling the same sense in a way, but yeah.
But I also love that his because Lito is so depressed, he's kind of wandering through everybody.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Worlds.
Nomi's reaction, and she's like,
and
Lito's here too.
And I love, like,
okay.
It's like, Lito, why is he here?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
That is kind of interesting that, like, in different phases, you could just randomly,
just
like...
wander through life, through everyone's life, and be like, hey, what's up?
But I also understand because he's feeling lost, so he doesn't really, he's not
doesn't know who to gravitate towards.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
which is interesting.
Kind of wandering.
He gravitated towards Sun, and I was just like, oh, we don't really ever see these people together.
Oh, I love this in the chat. Andrew Fedge says, can we all just admit that Lito really is all of us when we hit an off day?
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
100%. I mean, we all
sit in
have,
my pajamas and just munching on ice cream, watching TV.
Netflix all day.
Netflix all day.
I don't want to go outside.
No, like that's pretty much exactly what it was. I want to bring Lito and Sun together because we clearly had them a lot in the beginning. Yeah. But I love that Sun was like, I'm going to a love hotel, you know, and she looked all dressed
respect
up.
my privacy. No,
side note with Love Hotel, it is a place where it's private, no registration, so it's not a regular hotel. So it's probably the only place you can go.
It's a refugee.
And get some rest
privacy,
and not be bothered.
Not have to have like someone running after or anything.
Yeah. Because I kind of wonder. I'm like, is she trying to? I'm like, no, that's the place. One place you could go, and nobody's gonna.
And the thing is, it's great that she didn't just like dress in like a shirt and jeans. Like she looks like she's like, you know.
I loved her dress.
Oh yeah, she looked
phenomenal. And those underwear in the next like.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, whoa, all right.
I was all about it. I was like,
okay.
More please.
And random side note, I think it's still on Netflix, but there was a documentary about love hotels in Japan. It's super good documentary.
Yeah. It's really awesome.
Okay.
It's adorable and it's cute and very informative.
Good to know.
I mean, it's not just for sex, y'all.
There's a lot of other things that Yeah.
Just putting it out there. But at least, and I didn't know much about love hotels in like Korea, but I knew like in Japan and a few other places. I was like, yeah, okay. But I do love that she's just like, stop crying. Why are you here? I just want to be alone and like do my thing. But I also love the fact that she's just like, you're crying because, but you also like, I understand that you're sad, but at the same time you have someone that you love.
Yeah,
and,
she mentioned all those.
You know,
the mother that accepts you. You have a boyfriend. You have a friend who's accepting.
Yeah.
And she's like, I have nobody. Parents are dead.
My brother
wants to kill me, and I have to kill him if I don't. Like, it was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, I love that she brought it into perspective.
It's more when Lito's like, maybe that's why I'm here, so you can cry.
That
like,
what I thought was awesome.
I thought it was gonna happen. I was like waiting for it, but I was like, nah. Maybe.
That was a powerful moment when like Vito wasn't there behind her, and she was just kind of like, it was almost like she was laying lifeless, holding that. What are those dolls called?
Stuffed animals.
Yeah, those little stuffed animals.
Little cat.
Yeah, I felt so sad for her.
Yeah, but I also love that she was able to just kind of like relax for once.
Yeah,
and she's been kind of tense about it. Yeah, but also speaking of that, we'll throw back into that. We learned a little bit more about Sun's brother, who apparently we thought that shindig was off. Apparently it's back on because there's way too much money in it. So we didn't have much of Nomi and Neats through. We had them sprinkled out through the episode, but
with Bug.
I love that. Bug was so
his
great.
Faces are just.
I know, he's like making faces.
And then
into the camera.
it's funny. It's funny. Like you saw his face in the camera, but then the next shot was looking at him, look at the camera, making the weird face. It was just. It's a weird. It's a funny thing to look at to see like the perspective of it.
Wait, side note, totally random, but I was like, finally time where I noticed something of a blooper, and I'm like, wait a minute. When they're all comforting Lito on the couch, this is maybe a little bit later. Daniela has these adorable bangs and updo.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I noticed because I'm like, damn, I love her hair.
Right?
Reverse shot, when it's later, she has it all completely pulled back.
Thank you.
And then it comes back, and I'm like...
What?
Because she's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But she actually looks kind of bad when it's pulled back tight.
I agree.
So I was like, ooh. And then it goes back again. So I was like,
I did not notice that.
That might have been just like the only close-up shot they had that was clean, and they're like,
that's what I was thinking. They're like, just fine.
No one will notice except for Kari Lane and Alexis. So I don't know. Did you guys notice that? I just want to know if you guys pick up those. I always love picking up those little like
just tiny little.
I mean, same thing with Bug. Technically, he was just opening his eyes in the phone, but when you look back, it looks like he's like
just doing like this
to the side, and I was like, now you're going too far.
Yeah.
Bring it back. But yeah. So the fact that they're gonna try to get Sun, they can't have her just walk in.
Right.
Nope.
Is it weird? I know I don't want her to do it, but is it weird that I want her to change her appearance, like change her hair, wear a wig, something?
Somebody said something in the chat, which you're a little early, and I think there will be a wig. Someone just mentioned wig.
I hope so, because I need it. Hey, also, just to throw it up there, we are only talking about the episode that we're talking about today. Episode 8. We are only doing... I know that it's terrible and that everybody else has already seen all the episodes after this, but just try to keep the chat and us hosts spoiler-free. That is including Joelle, since she's not here. She's probably already seen the episode, but still try to keep it to just episode 8 for today.
Please,
as soon as the episode is over here, you can totally go down, because we'll all probably see it before then. But try, at least until next week, to keep spoilers away for the rest of the season, because I've already been spoiled for a future episode.
I know. So. I know vaguely something for later too.
Yeah. So
I'm
just
like, damn.
Yeah. So just, I know it's hard. I know. Trust me, we are trying, because I want to hit that play next episode button. But just
self-control.
help us out, man. It would just really, and everybody in the chat who's been really nice about making sure that no one sees spoilers, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
So then they decided that because she can't go through the front door, we're gonna have her go as staff.
Yes.
But she asked, "Can you bartend?" This is my favorite
Can you
Lito
10
moment.
bar? That was
this
awesome,
is my favorite Lito moment of all time. She's like, no. And they're like, ah, shit. And then all of a sudden, just in the freaking background, Lito's just making a margarita.
He's Flair bartending.
Flair bartending, eating a banana, and he like studied for 6 months for some movie he was doing his role. Yeah.
And then
that was kind of cool.
Uncontrollable sobbing in the corner after. Like, because I had the captions up, so it was just like uncontrollable sobbing. And I was like, oh, Lito. But I like that, you know, now we have that. I mean, it's very interesting with Sense8s because sometimes you never know if you're going to need something. So, and like, what if no one could...
intertwining, how they all help each other. It's they're always...
It's a perfect cluster. I mean, like, from having Kala as a pharmacist... Super
helpful, especially in this episode.
And you have, out of 6, you got 3 of them that are fighters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
all different styles of fighting too,
exactly.
which is really good because we got to see Wolf and he knew how to get into the safe in the beginning of the episode, and Will was like, oh, how did you even know how to do that? So it's just like
So it works out well. You find out what your levels are of what you can do.
I just think it would be crazy if, let's say, everyone was just like, I mean, that would be very interesting.
They were all the same?
Not the same, but like
similar.
But similar in that aspect. Like for not another podcast, but we did a game because at work we try to make our own Sense8s from like celebrities and stuff, and like try to get different ones. But we did a randomizer, and we had all of them that were like. I think all the occupations we got were all accountants in one cluster. We're like, well, that's unfortunate, but you never know because their personalities could be different. You could have an accountant who is a martial artist or an accountant who is a bull rider. I don't know. You never know. So, but I just found that very interesting. That if no one knew how to 10 bar, what would you do in this situation? Yeah. Fake it, I guess. Fake
Quickly
it till you make
learn it.
I guess so. Yeah. Try and memorize some cocktails.
Go watch some Coyote Ugly.
Hey, that's how I learned it. But yeah, so it was very interesting to see that. I'm sad we didn't get to go further into that planning. I'm assuming that will probably happen next episode. But I was like on the edge of my seat to like find out what was going to happen next. But speaking actually of Kala, dealing with Rajan after obviously. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll get to that, because obviously we've been noticing that Rajan's, like, true character has been slowly coming out per episode. And so he came in, I believe, it was this episode.
Yeah, he came in with the bloody nose.
With the quote-unquote bloody nose. I didn't believe it either.
Yeah.
I was very
and he was, Lito's just sitting there, he's lying. Yeah. That was weird. He came in and he didn't even want to... He just was like in such a rush. He didn't even. We have no idea what happened to him.
Do we think that he was actually like not mugged, but like beat up on the street because of something that because of his father?
I think he only just got punched once. Because if you were mugged, I mean, I feel like you would have like more bruises or something, or holding his eye, or just like more on a daze. But he was just. He had this bloody nose, like he got in this big argument. I don't know what happened, to be honest.
I don't know either. I just know it's definitely
something is going down.
He's not telling the truth.
Yeah, because
we're probably connected to his dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to assume.
But now, do you think it's in? Because he said he wants to get out, right? The episode before, and he's trying to do good by Kala. Do you think it's him like defending, like trying to get out, or is he just meeting? What's the right words I'm trying to say? Just meeting like I don't know the word I'm trying to say. You're just meeting resistance, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued to see specifically what comes out of the woodworks, especially because now Kala is dealing with the fact of dealing with this love triangle, because I love that Will, which we'll get more into when we get to his section, but the fact that he's obviously going through withdrawal and he feels the need because he's at a roadblock.
That was and she like almost picked up on it. It was really nice how she knew right away, and she's like, oh, I have to go help him, and that just like went into the doctor mode and just like checking everything.
Conversation, but then realized that
she was really like, I need the help here though. Also, what can you do for me? Like, help me out.
And I felt like I loved it because Will kind of had those like wide eyes of like, I don't really know how to help you.
He's
kind of at a loss for words.
Oh, you're just still talking. Which, side note, with later when she's with Wolfie and like in the distance, damn that underwear set.
Can we talk? Anytime she's wearing her negligees, I'm like, where do you buy them? Where can I have one? I need one, please.
Because she doesn't get as naked as the rest of the group, but the best.
The only person who gets naked in this entire show is freaking Leela. I'm getting tired of seeing her body. Just kidding. I actually want to see it all the time.
She's got a great body.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a joke.
Chat's a little mixed feelings on how we're supposed to feel about Rajan, and I'm like, That phone call, she's like,
I don't know.
serious.
Oh, man, that was a super serious phone call.
Season 1, if anyone who's been with me since season 1 after show, I was like, Rajan rubs me the wrong way. No pun intended there. I don't like him. Like, just period. I feel like he's always been kind of this like mysterious character. You don't know anything about him, and I'm just like, I don't know anything about you. You're evil. It's
yeah.
So I don't know.
I believe it.
I mean, I also am one of those people that like, because I watched a lot of cartoons growing up. You know this. That anytime when a character only wears dark colors,
but he wasn't wearing dark. He was wearing a bright pink shirt.
Not this time. I'm just saying
that's how colors a lot.
But like, just like with the whole Jonas thing, that's why I mentioned last week. I was like, Jonas is evil because he's wearing a dark red.
Oh, interesting.
But like, go for it.
Amalgamon, sorry if I say it wrong on the chat, says I like the Will Kala talk. That's one of the least seen one-on-one interactions. Yeah, they don't have a lot of.
Yeah, they really don't get together too often.
Don't get time.
No, she was mostly there to help him.
And this is true.
With the heroin.
Love and Eyelaw says Sun is in her underwear a lot. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She is.
But her underwear's not quite so stylish.
No, it's very
She's
practical.
The ones that she was just wearing. The ones that she was just wearing.
At the Love Hotel, damn.
Yeah.
With Lito's bar when she walks away with that.
Oh yeah, she walked. I was like, that's unexpected.
Oh,
Me please.
Yes.
Speaking of undies, we have a sponsor today, which is MeUndies.
MeUndies.
Actually, yes, MeUndies. They are simply the softest, most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else unless you're naked or in your swimsuit. For every other second of your life, there's MeUndies. So try MeUndies today. Go get the Celebrate pattern before they're all gone at MeUndies.com/buzz. You'll save 20% off your first pair. And if you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, they are free. Yep, you could get them for free. That's how confident they are about their products. So get 20% off your first pair plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/buzz right now. That's MeUndies.com/buzz. MeUndies.com/buzz.
Who doesn't love free and who doesn't love discounted?
I know, right?
And I like, if you haven't seen the designs from MeUndies, they're pretty
cool.
freaking sweet.
And soft.
Yeah, no, I want my own pair. I'll be using that code later. But yeah, it was... I really loved, especially because I was assuming where he was walking in that alleyway for Wolfie, all the graffiti with the right lighting and Kala in that alleyway. I was like, oh,
damn,
yeah,
so
good.
It was like just that right amount of sexy. Of
like it was just like hanging off her shoulders,
and the booty short thing. Oh,
I wanted it.
And she's like, "Where are you going? What's going on?"
Yeah,
she's concerned now.
But I love that because. I mean, we'll get to Wolfie because I'm going to end on him, but, like, I love that it led her to get up out of bed, walk down the stairs, and I'm like, Rajan, if you're trying to be, like...
he was really loud. He was going at it.
I was like...
I don't like his excuses. They're horrible. Oh, it was some old client from America, and the one before is like, oh, I was clumsy. I walked into something. I don't... trust him. You're right. Like, you can't trust him.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just very intrigued to see how this is gonna work out because I feel like Rajan either A, is not gonna last like expectancy wise, or he's just gonna leave. I have no idea. But the rate that he's going, I don't think he's gonna survive this season. Just saying.
Really?
I mean, I've always called it though. I'm always like, I want him to die, but like that's also really terrible to say.
Yeah.
Because he's not. On the surface, he doesn't seem like a bad person, but
seems very nice on the surface.
Clearly, there's something deep within, just like the fact that even that giant clue from episodes ago, where he was like, "This is what I did. I didn't really play outside. I worked." I was like,
"Oh yeah." You kind of grew up in all the mists of evil, and bad doing stuff.
It can tend to change a person, especially. So like, I don't know. I feel bad, but anyway, so. Riley and Will, like I said, we had, Jonas alive. We got to see Whispers kind of leave. We also got to see inside Whispers' home life.
Yes.
Yeah, with his daughter and his wife.
And his... I don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
Get it, girl.
Question for you guys. That weird scene where we saw Whispers arguing with his wife and his daughter was there and she's like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
There was all other whispering in the background of... It was almost like, were we hearing... Because we had Will... I guess splicing memories, and Riley was kind of there. Were we hearing Whispers' thoughts before he said them, and that's what it was? Or was somebody else saying something to Whispers, almost controlling him, because we learned about the
it's
other person who controls Whispers. What's his name?
Yeah,
the chairman.
because the chairman let Jonas out, and the fact that he's like kind of on a leash, even though I totally think he's controlling Jonas, even though he says that he's not.
Yeah, I don't trust Jonas at all.
Nope, not at all. Like, especially when everyone's like, I'm really confused. I was like, no, he's evil. Just get it through your head. Get it, just God. But yeah, I feel like Whispers is losing. I think he's losing control. Yes. That's why he can't focus on one thing.
Okay.
I think that's a good theory on that because he does seem a little all over the place and like.
Keeps taking those beta blockers and everything. Yeah,
and I feel like also he always talks about how much he loves like his little girl and this and this and this. I mean, I don't know if that was just something that he was just portraying.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. There was no love and
and that's what I'm saying.
Especially how he was like,
yeah, leave me the fuck alone. Like I was like, whoa.
We could say that, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, we can.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We go by the rating of the show.
Fair enough.
So
yeah, that was very. I was like, whoa.
Okay, Andrew in the chat says, I think Whispers hasn't had an enemy as observant or as capable as Will in a while, and he slipped into his operational security.
And that's what Jonas said also. He said, your cluster is the only cluster that's gotten this far.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
and
was Jonas physically there? He wasn't.
He was not. No, we were arguing about this last time.
He was in like some penthouse. I was like,
yeah, because then they did that. Okay, that's what I thought.
And then he took the beta blockers, and then he was gone. And
I don't like that. I really don't
Wolfie
like
that.
that.
Asked if he was still there, and he was like, no,
because they don't see him. Only Will and
blockers.
Nomi can see him because they've seen him in real life. Copy that.
Yes.
That's what I thought, and then
that's
I was
where
like,
it kind of gets confusing. I know. Yeah.
I'm just not a fan, man.
Well, it's like the trying to remember what you saw, and you're like, wait, what is?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially because
from different seasons.
There's a lot. So, and I don't know. And with Riley too, because she's with Diego, and I love that. Like he's kind of just like, okay, ghost cop. Like I love that he's like kind of with it, but like
he's
not
like
at the same time.
He's like talking to somebody over here when he's like really right over here.
Like,
I think it was great. I don't care where he is, but yeah.
He's like, I don't give a crap. Like I just want him to know.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is nice.
And then we still had the bromance going on though, because it was so nice to see like how they like Will was just still calling things that he was gonna say, and I think it was vice versa. Diego did the same thing. It's just like,
yeah, I really like that, and I loved. Oh, go for it.
Yes.
Marvin Richardson says it could be Whispers is hearing his old cluster echoes.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Which
Thank
makes
you.
sense
That's
because he's starting to kind of go down.
Yeah. Ooh, that just gave me the chills.
I like that theory.
Who said that?
Marvin Richardson.
Yeah.
Get it? Like I like that so much.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Andrew. Yeah. Some of you guys are spot on today.
Yeah,
I love
seriously,
it.
right on.
Yeah, Will and Nomi have to relay everything Jonas says to the rest of the cluster. It's the worst game of telephone ever.
I also liked when they were all together and Neats was sitting on the chair and they kept reappearing around her.
Oh
like
yeah, that was so cool. Like
so cool.
Nomi walked and
then they all showed up.
This episode had a ton of editing like this. The last scene
for this.
The last scene. I won't even get to it, but wow.
This episode, I applaud the editing of it.
They get creative.
So many like
they get really creative and beautiful, and it's not like all right, let's go left to right, right to left. It gets random too,
yeah,
and
even like in the alleyway too when Wolfgang's
like
walking up.
And the V and stuff, and how they all get into a line.
I think because it's episode 8. For Sense8, I felt like they needed to amp it up for this one, which I'm totally fine with. So I feel like Whispers is kind of losing it a little bit, and we're gonna see how that works out, to be honest.
Let's clarify. It's editing and camera work.
Yes, correct. Because the fact that the way that
of how they shot it and the actors of everything involved is just like,
especially because if you watch the behind the scenes from season 1 of them just like popping up randomly, it's so great. I mean, I know that they're probably using a little bit more special effects for certain stuff.
There's
really good stuff. There's a
documentary
season
2 right now that I got to see the double cluster pop up.
Yeah,
and that
so
moment,
cool.
They showed it on the behind the scenes, how they did that, and like the punch where they get punched.
And they all
It was really cool.
So
if you can,
and the headbutt.
Yeah, that was great. If you look it up, you'll find it anywhere on the internet. I think it's on the Sense8 YouTube channel right now, but like it's really good. So actually, we can talk about Wolfgang. Okay.
Yeah.
Leela is getting on my nerves, obviously, and we'll get to more of her, but I want to talk about...
Well, we get more of her intention. We finally understand what she is about, which is, I was so lost and confused about it, and, like, now I get it. Like, so, there's all the kings there.
Yes.
And she does not like to be controlled by...
No. God, no.
And they're just normal.
And not by sapiens.
Yeah, they're just sapiens.
No.
But I don't understand, she wants to rule with Wolfie? Like, she takes me as a person who wants to be the sole king.
No, I think she wanted Wolfie to be the king, period.
She wants Wolfie to be king because he's Sensorian and kill all this other sapiens and kick them all out. Which I'm like, are you just going to kick everyone out of that city? Because
seriously, there's not...
Or kill them all? Because that's a big city. That's like getting rid of, like...
But if you think about it, though, if you can get enough manpower, you could do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you and 8 people is... Or
one, but
you
yeah,
and Seven is essentially a thing too.
Yeah. So it would have. I mean, I understand where she's coming from, especially because they've been on the run for so long.
Yeah.
I can totally see them being like, I'm tired of Sapiens. I want to be in our own world, but I'm also like, that's also not how the world works.
Sebastian is a Sapien. Her boyfriend or whatever the guy is, Sebastian Fox or whatever his name is, Fuchs. Yeah, he's a Sapien, right? And I guess
Yes.
But does he know about?
I don't think so.
When they're in the sauna room, no, he's so clueless.
Okay, so
I thought maybe he did kind of have an inkling because he mentioned you two are alike.
No, I thought he just noticed that they were doing sexy eyes at each other.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like, and like, again, Leela is so good at manipulating people that it's just like that phone call. So I couldn't watch the scene because I had to, Netflix on my PS4 wasn't working, so I had to watch it at work. So clearly I had to minimize my window during the sauna scene because, again, Leela's just walking around with her beautiful body out, and I was like, nope, can't do that. So I was listening to it, but it was very interesting listening to the conversation and not being able to see what was happening because I was just like, all the suspense. But also, before we get more into that, I want to talk about Felix just a smidge. Does anybody feel a little, it's his friend?
Yes.
He looks a little paranoid, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
Paranoid, yeah. I mean, he was a little paranoid in the episode of two episodes
getting
before
really
that.
Jumpy.
Yeah.
And you're like, Felix,
I think he's just
breathe.
So I don't know. So my question is, do you think that he's going to do something crazy, or you think that he's just going to, something's going to happen to him?
I don't think anything's going to happen to him. He got shot in the first season. I don't think anything. I really don't think he's going to.
I don't trust this show.
He's like, if you look at it like Animal Pack, you know.
I mean, true.
If you look at it like an Animal Pack, Wolfie is Felix's dominant male.
Alpha male.
He's like, I understand when you are doing what we do normally, and things have changed, and Felix is like, I don't have order and structure. Freaking out.
I think he's just that dog that finally got what he always wanted, and he doesn't know what to do with it anymore.
That too.
With it.
Oh, you know what? I have to stop and talk. To stop talking about Wolfie for a second. We forgot to talk about Capheus. I didn't write him up there.
Oh, okay.
So we know that he's obviously working with the political group to get his campaign up. I really love his graffiti.
That's so cool how it keeps getting big. Yeah, more courage. Yeah, more
Which
people are
ties
getting
into
into
the
it.
previous episodes where they talked about courage.
Yeah, I really love that. I think that it's really, really awesome to see that. I love that he wants to change, you know, for the better. But we also, you know, and we find out that Mandiba, I hope I said that,
I think that's
correct,
his name, yeah.
is afraid of Van Damme, hence why he's putting out all those, like, propaganda videos. And it's very interesting to see because it's like, people know who Van Damme is. They understand what the type of guy that he is.
Yeah.
So I think it's very interesting. It's like, oh, he's
a thug or something.
He's
that commercial was so stupid.
Wow, so
dumb.
cheesy.
I saw him drive on a sidewalk once before. Like,
He
come on,
didn't care.
yeah.
Like, I hope everyone else sees through these stupid commercials.
Really? Yeah. It was dumb, and I love that he was like, okay, this is what politics is.
This is war. Politics is war.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
No, a couple of people point out like, well, Felix did get shot last season and almost died.
Maybe that's why he's jumping. All right, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just worried about it.
I'm worried about it too. I feel he's a little too jumpy right now that he can do something bad out of like freaking out.
Yeah, and that's what
he's getting reckless. He's getting careless because he like he didn't headbutt that guy, or he punched, or during the soccer game he did something, which is
just cause.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean he went from working in a key shop to owning a club. Like, that's a huge jump into like adjust to getting everything you want to like working so hard just to talk to a girl or something.
Especially the fact that he sat there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
But the fact that he like jumped into like, we should just leave it, just leave all of it, and just go back. I was like, whoa, buddy. Like,
it was kind of out of nowhere. Yeah, because we didn't get to see him last episode, right?
No,
not much. Yeah.
Good point. Love and Isla says, I wasn't on board with him running back to Capheus. Wasn't on board with him running for office at first, but then they sold me with the graffiti.
It's just
But that's kind of how Capheus is feeling too.
Yeah.
He kind of goes, all right, if people believe in me that way, sure.
Yeah, he never thought people would believe in him.
Let's talk about our mystery man. Well, he's not really a mystery man, but our mystery man in leather who woke him up, Capheus. When he was in his boxers.
Oh, the gun.
Wasn't he in season 1?
He was. I don't
remember him either.
He was the guy that got in a fight with.
Yeah, he was the fight.
He was the
fight with San and everybody.
Yeah.
No. I knew who he was. I just called him the mystery man because I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that
okay, cool.
it says on my captions it says superpower, but I was like, I don't think that's his name. I don't know why that's there. But yeah, so if anybody remembers in the chat, please put it in there. It's just escaping me right now. I was trying to look it up earlier. But the fact that he talks about that he is, he obviously wasn't going to kill him. It was more like a warning, which I love that he said boss man doesn't warn, he just does.
Yeah.
But I like, I would vote for you if you survive.
Yeah.
Like, I
like that.
He
It was
said,
really
why
cool.
are you still here? Why are you not doing anything? So, I mean, Capheus was very good about, okay, let's get to the point. What do you want?
Yeah.
And he wasn't like...
And he's like, you should work for me.
Yeah.
I was like...
Boss man pays better.
Yeah, I was like, that was ballsy.
Andrew in the chat says Superpower was the name of his gang.
Thank you. Because I was like, that can't be his actual name.
No.
There has to be another thing, and I felt like I was missing something, so thank you. Oh, God. So I'm really glad that we got that out of the way. But I love that he said that he has his vote if he lives. Like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm also very intrigued because that's also, he just walked in and was just like, hey.
He's a random
that's a little scary to just, just walk in his back door and,
But he didn't have
What happened to the
that.
security guard, though? Like, what doesn't
Right?
Okay,
I'm sorry, we just had that scene.
He was walking with security detail, and then they wandered off, and I was like,
when he's walking with his friend, it's like, where's security? Where'd they go?
Like, we just hired security for you, here you go.
Yeah.
And two different scenes, there's no security around. Like, it's setting up for something. I don't know. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah, I felt like that security
like he's
guard
getting
got paid off or something, and he's like, "Oh, I'm done now." That's what I thought of. Because I mean, like, who just disappears like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. He probably got paid off by Boss Man, and he's just gonna leave him open. Or maybe the superpower group just came by and was just like, "Just leave him for a couple days. I'm gonna find him, and I want to talk to him. Maybe he'll come back." I have no idea. I just felt like it was too much of a quinky dink for him to just the security detail just left. Unless it was just like that much of a continuity error that you're like, I don't know. But that was weird. But yeah, sorry, I wanted to jump back into Wolfie. So we get to the beautiful. That restaurant looked awesome. I wanted to get there.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about the beer because it was open when he was pouring it. I was like,
I was like poison.
See him open it.
Yeah, I was really worried.
100% with you on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, they had their talk, and of course she was talking about the city, and he was just like, no, I don't want to do that. This is my city, and
you
These
don't
are my
want to be
people.
ruled.
yeah. Which I was like, good for you. And of course she was just like, we're done. But I loved how again with just the ripping up the pants opening. I was like, get into it.
Her lingerie stuff underneath has been fascinating.
Yeah, I feel like she's one of those people who just says rip off pants, just like, let's do this. I'm like, what's happening? How much do you pay for these Velcro pants?
He was like, let's take this somewhere more private. That was the one time he actually wanted to go into what she was going for. I was like, it's about time, Wolfie. Like, I was getting blue balls from all the episodes. Like, jeez, man.
Because I'm tired. I'm tired of the teasing. Like, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Just
if you're not,
do it already.
Just,
God.
Like he has a shadow him and he's like, this is good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then we had I don't know our Asian fella's name. The guy with the
I don't
shades.
think he has a name. We haven't gotten any names.
I just call him Shades is what I call him. He's not
cool.
Shades from Luke Cage, but that's just what I call him.
He's not trustworthy.
She's never said his name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I think it's very interesting that he's just like, I told you this was a waste of time, and
always.
But whatever.
Yeah, but see, that's weird because
but
she's
how
like,
he kissed him too.
Right? I was like, all right. I was like, where's the popcorn hat? Here we go. I was all about it. But yeah, I mean, but she did mention that he thought that he was cute as well. Yeah. So I was like, where's the evidence? I thought. But the fact that it just, it went from 1 to 11
real
very quickly.
Yeah. Well, she knew it wasn't gonna happen. She's like,
and I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, no more niceties.
No more convincing you. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. But then pretty much I love how everybody, again, with the editing and the placement, everybody came up through their clusters, and then she's like, bring it, bitch, and just throws that thing. I was like, oh my god.
Kala was so jealous this episode. It was awesome. I know. Of course she knew. Of course.
And I love that
but it was great seeing that from her, though.
Don't trust her.
Well, I think she needs to get it out.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. She's so pent up, and
I can't. I'm tired of it. But I love that she. That also at the same
Kala
time.
gets the best line,
how
actually.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna use that for everything. But I also love that before the dinner happened, that Wolfie was going in and out of everybody's. Not cognitive.
They tend to do,
they
tend to do that every episode. One character gets to pop into every person's life,
world
or something, and everyone gets on the same page. Together all at once.
Because when people were noticing that Wolfie would they were turning their way, Wolfgang.
They're just walking.
He was just walking, not saying anything, and people were just
like, I'll handle this or whatever.
Okay, got
it.
I mean, because I want to get to the point of Nomi and what she did. Where they were getting ready to go out, and she was like, "Oh, I can't wear heels. I'm clumsy."
So cute.
So good.
I want that dress.
Right?
And so good.
And I love how as soon as immediately they're she's kissing meats and it's just.
It was a little stupid though.
But I loved it though.
I'm like, you're knocked unconscious?
I mean,
we she hit her head pretty hard. I don't know. We didn't see anything
You've seen their apartment. It has clutter in there. She could have hit her head on like a table.
Right on that statue.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine if she hit her head on that thing?
She could have. She could have. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Clearly, it was one of those moments of I thought something happened to her in like a worst way, but clearly it was just her just like not paying attention and she fell and hit her head.
Side note too, a lot of the chat is excited of like one scene. The other cluster was fascinating.
Yeah, because I want to know more about this cluster.
Yeah, it's the first time we're seeing another whole cluster. Well, not
how
first time,
Kala is,
but like, you know,
like in a live one.
Yeah, and how Kala's kind of the baby of the group, and they're all kind of like, "Fuck you!" Oh no, not Kala, Leela of like the other clusters, like, Leela, you're fucking this up.
No, like seriously, like you're like you done fucked up. Move.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Let us do it.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I mean, even though we Nomi was out of it for the beginning portion of that. You brought up before the show started how Neats got to see Riley for the first time.
Yeah.
Super adorable.
That was really cute.
And I just, but yeah, that fight scene was crazy. I felt bad because I couldn't tell who was a civilian and who was a bodyguard, who was
there was only 3 people I thought that were hired, right? Was there other? I thought I only caught 3 people with guns.
And
I couldn't remember.
Yay for the whole team going, Wolfgang's in trouble. You think he's gonna ask for help?
Nope. We need to
do something.
Yeah, especially because Kala was pacing back and forth, so she was like, "We gotta do something." But that entire fight scene all over
so good.
The restaurant, and then they both ran out of bullets, and of course we had our line, which I was like, "And roll credits, we're done."
I wish I had one more bullet.
Maybe.
No. Cinema sins.
And then her thing after of like, "Oh no, he attacked me." I was like, "Fucking."
Because she's a manipulative bitch.
She's the only one in there though. Like I didn't like that.
Right?
I feel like the cops would have walked in and been like security footage or something. There's guns and stuff.
Jacket,
just everything.
She's bleeding. Like it sadly
worked
enough,
out
as
in her
much
favor.
as a female, I'm like, don't use your beautiful body to get what you want. But at the same time, okay, you're a villainess. I get it.
And then how everyone knows it's a trap, but they're like, we gotta get in on it.
Yeah, you gotta help Wolfie, and pretty much that's where the episode ended, and we're just kind of like, so is now Wolfie on the run now? Does it matter? Because I feel like he's done worse things, and he's gotten away with it, but this is
I don't know,
different.
this is the restaurant got really shot up. There's a lot of people that saw him in it, too.
Phones.
That was really cool.
Yeah, with Bug, and then like,
that was awesome.
We'll
Wolfie
just figure
killed
out,
at least 5 guys.
We'll ping all the phones, and everyone's phone, and then you're like,
yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
It's all of them.
But no, it looks like Marvin said there was 5 guys.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I said. I think there was
they knew of 3, I think, and they said that there could have been more.
They
couldn't figure it. Yeah, so that's why they pinged it, and that's
correct.
Yeah, so that
Thank you. Awesome, guys.
Wait, what?
That was
Marvin
who said that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, they were trying to look through the reservations to figure out
who was there.
So good.
But I think even one of the bartenders was 'cause the guy behind the bar pulled out the shotgun, and so
it was crazy. It was absolutely bananas. But I wanted more fight scenes like that. Hopefully, we'll get more in the future because we're only on episode 8.
So cool.
We have so much more to go, but it's fine because I love all these episodes. But I was
episode 8 for Sense8.
Sense8.
Yeah. But yeah, so overall, the episode was awesome. You think it will only go up from here? What are we feeling right now? I guess we can go to predictions, actually, because we're already here.
Sure, why not?
Now,
I love that.
Your AfterBuzz
Something
TV.
Kaz was like, when all the phones went, I was like, fuck.
Yes, 100% felt the same thing.
I was like, well, shit.
And Wolfie, too, he's like,
okay, let's do this.
Get on with that, yes.
But yeah, so what does anybody have predictions for episode 9? Only episode 9, by the way.
Not really.
It's so hard to make predictions.
Yeah, because there's so many characters. I mean, we didn't get Wolfie last week, so we got a lot of him this week. Who didn't we get a lot of this week? So we'll maybe
Nomi and Neats.
So maybe we'll get Nomi and Neats.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Sun or something.
Maybe I want Lito to progress.
Yeah, I really want him to leave Mexico is what I want. I need him to go somewhere else. Like
what was it? Barcelona?
We said Brazil.
Brazil.
That
that would be awesome.
nice.
Start a new career. Do something.
I forgot to bring that up. I like that when we had, I totally missed this part when he was watching his favorite movie.
Yeah.
And how they kind of, I couldn't tell what Hernando and Daniela were trying to do. I couldn't tell if they were just talking or if they were trying to like get him to open up. Like it was weird.
I thought it was a mix of being secretive and thinking he can hear you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he's right there.
Yeah, I was like, it's not, you
and
know,
he just told you to shut up. He just wants to watch the movie.
Yeah, but you know, like in TV shows, we're like, I need to talk to you, and they go like 2 feet, like 2 steps,
and they can't hear you.
And they're like, I can't hear anything that's happening. So like, it really, it bothered me that he just threw out a Blu-ray out the window. I was like, you know how, those are $30, buddy. Those are expensive.
I thought he was going to snap it, actually.
Yeah.
Which, don't do that. They, like, explode.
No, they, like,
I worked at a video store, and someone actually did that in front of me.
Fry's Electronics, man. Don't do that crap. Just, if you don't want it,
shrapnel everywhere.
Go to give it to Goodwill. But I love that, like, that's where we find out where Lito wanted to become an actor. Also, maybe because he thought that he was cute.
Disney Magic 92 said Lila's Japanese cluster member is... I'm gonna hold on. My take.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. And someone goes, "How do you know that?"
Like, is that a spoiler? No,
I'm
assuming
it's probably
in the IMDb or credits.
I'm sure they all have.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that Lito goes somewhere else. I actually wanted Sun, and not that Sun would think of it this way, but I'm hoping Nomi would be like, so Lito, we need you so much to do this bartending thing. It would be an amazing opportunity.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna have
like
I
thought
it was just understood. Wasn't it just kind of understood?
No,
like, isn't that what's going to happen?
He wasn't into it,
He wasn't excited.
He was just like...
He was upset because he talked about...
No. Later when they're like, okay, you can do the bartending thing.
Yeah.
Now they need to fan that flame to fluff his ego
to get... Okay, to get Lito...
You are so
you should do this. I get it.
You are going to save the day for all of us.
Gotcha.
And he totally is going to be like,
win.
Okay.
Yeah.
He needs a win.
He needs something. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
small victories, guys.
That's what I think will happen. What else? Kala and her and Rajan. She does need to figure out what she's doing there because it's not quite working.
It's not.
She needs to figure out the Wolfie thing.
Yeah, but I also feel like he's going to do something not really bad, or something's going to happen to the both of them where she's going to be like, I can't believe you. I mean, she already had that moment.
Like she'll leave him?
But like,
I would love to see that. I would love to see him.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to die. I would love to see her leave him, though. That would be awesome.
I wonder to leave him. Well, because I forget how they said it, but I was talking to someone about it. They were saying she doesn't have the moral fluidity or flexibility to be with both guys.
No, she can't. That's why she's
so
losing her mind.
Because some people, like, you could,
they could separate the lines and be like, put this in a box, this in a box.
Compartmentalize. But her,
she can't.
She can't do that.
No,
especially because he has no idea what she's even going through.
And I love that she even brought that up. She was like, maybe I should tell him. And then Will's like, do you want to tell him because you want to tell him, or you want to tell him because you're in love with someone else? And she's like, all right, well, you need to do this, and this is why we're done. Okay, goodbye. But I wanted to bring up before we end the episode of how Lito said this isn't a career, it's my dream.
Yeah, that's
I just want to end that, and how that if anybody who was going into a career, especially if you're like coming to LA to become an actor or whatever, just know that, even though the money could be there, try to find something that will obviously inspire you to do more.
Yeah.
I liked that moral. I thought that was really, really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm worried about our Sense8s a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. It's getting dangerous.
It's getting dangerous. And
not everyone can. We're all in different countries, so it's like there's only so much they could really do.
Riley get together. I want all of them to get to one spot.
Which is so crazy because
cool.
it's like it's split in half. A lot of people are like, we want them to keep separate so that we see all the different locations and learn all the different culture. But we're also, a lot of people are like, let's
come together so they can
At some point, they need to all like meet a central spot.
Something. I just want a Skype call. Can we just get a Skype call?
So that because some people, that'd be great.
I mean, they obviously know what they all look like,
but their respective partners and everyone else don't all know.
They have no idea. So they just get a giant Google Hangout. It'll be great.
Oh, I thought Lito was going to tell Hernando, and then I was like, no.
No, it's not.
Still not. Yeah.
I don't think Lito will ever feel comfortable telling about the voices in his head.
That's
right
true.
Now.
Yeah. He had a hard enough time coming out, so I think telling about voices. So I feel like
with Kala and Lito, I think are the two people that are gonna have a hard time culturally wise to tell them. I'm kind of crazy.
Would Capheus tell?
No.
I don't think Cap has time.
Yeah.
At this point.
That's true.
That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
That he's like,
it's a little busy.
Do you think his friend knows? I don't think his friend even knows.
I think his friend suspect.
No, he did. He told his friend that.
That's right. That there's he told about sons.
Yes.
So he kind of
knows.
So everybody knows except for Felix doesn't know.
No.
Yeah.
and Kala and Lito. Those are the 3 people out of our entire cluster that don't know what the hell's going on, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Riley's dad knows. I just know that he knows that there's something going on, but that's about it. But it's very, but yeah, Amanito's pretty much the only person who knows fully what the hell's going on, and Bug. It's just, it's insane. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to be talking about episode 9 next week. Again, put your predictions down in the downstairs if you're watching this later, or put it in the live chat.
No cheating if you've already seen the episode.
Please, obviously, you don't have to do that.
Which you probably have.
But there are some people I know who are watching with us episode by episode, and I really appreciate your self-control, because it's awesome. But all these awesome people, we love having you guys here, whether it's live or a little bit later. Tell us everything that you guys want to do, or, that you guys think that would be awesome for the next few episodes to come. But where can these awesome people find you? Zach?
You can find me on social media at Zach with the CH, Silverman2, and at thezachsilverman.com.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And then you can also find me on Sundays for Wynonna Earp Season 2. So good. Awesome lady on the panel as well. And similar vibe. If you like this show, you'd probably like that one as well. Yep. And Box Office Breakdown Sunday nights, where we talk about what movies came out over the weekend. American Gods ended. Go watch that episode. We had Bilquis in the house. If you watch that show, she's awesome in real life as well, which nobody should be surprised with that. And Handmaid's Tale just finished, so you can catch up on that if you didn't get to see it.
And again, you guys can find our other Sense8, Joelle Monique. You can find her all over the internet at Joelle Monique or blackgirlnerds.com. I am your host, Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over the interwebs at atorres890. I'm also doing Wynonna Earp with this lovely lady here. I'm doing Attack on Titan. The finale is tonight. If you love it, let's talk about it. We also have Robots in Disguise on Tuesdays, and I also am on the Popcorn Talk Network for Jedi Alliance on Sundays at 7 p.m. So guys and gals and non-binary pals, we will see you guys next week for episode 9. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.